What if I was to say the stories that I told yesterday were connected to the stories I told the day before? Hmm. No. Noah. Oh, and I gave you a little sneak as to what is to come today because I also put new in the title. Because this is what I am telling everyone that I knew. What I know is that I do. Yeah, so the insights are of many things that God is to say. You know, there were things that were happening in the time of Noah that are happening again today. And the deception and the drinking and the drugs and the, idolatry, the child sacrifice. I mean, you can call it an abortion, but 75 million abortions in a year seems like a bit of an excessive sacrifice. To what God? Yeah, it's not to God. God is not. This is the God that is of grace now. The law is not. No one was able to even fulfill the law. Yeah, they failed miserably all the time. So there is nothing new under the sun. Well, he's the Alpha, the Omega. He knows all. Yeah, it's all in God. Okay? So when I say God knows all, sorry, it's not that he knows all. He knew all. He knew you before you were born. He knew your beginning and end before they happened. Jesus said it. They were speaking to him about Abraham, and he says that he knew him. Before Abraham was, I am. Yeah, that is him saying he is God. Yes, I am. Essentially, I am God. But in John 1, which is one of the best, John is some very beautiful writings as to attest to what God is. And the Word is Jesus, okay? And this is with God and God prior to the birth of flesh. The Word being born into flesh was Jesus, his birth, okay? But before all is to happen, he already knows everything, okay? And here's a bit of a glimpse as to what his time is like. It's a day is but 1,000 years. 1,000 years but a day. So he knows all. He knew it. Yeah, so today's word is new. And as things to come, also interesting, I considered calling this one fire. Yeah, you don't get the water you did the same ways. And the waters of life, this is things to come as well. There is a new way. There is a new planet. There is the new covenant of grace. And from the old come the new. And here's the thing, it's not going to be as the government's going to tell you. They're not working with God. They are working against. They are more like embedded in the days of Noah. They speak of a golden age. Yeah, they will not have their gold unless it's refined in the fire. Yeah, and the speaks of the seeds and the fruits and things to come, and all the weeds and darkened branches that bear no fruit get thrown to the fire. Okay, so there is many enemy, and what it is that I am trying to do over and over, which is sometimes even redundant to a point where I'm like, well, gee, do I really want to say this again? And yeah, it is, because my love is strong and my love is true, and it is to save you. Okay? The belief in Jesus, that is the only real requirement here, because this is not based on things you're doing or done. Okay? Your foolish ways are abound in many, and they're easy to see. And your ship is going to sink. And some of you didn't even build a ship. Yeah. It's much like the day of Noah. They wanted to get on his ark, but none of them were to put time in or take things seriously enough to consider that all the debauchery, all the sinful ways, the idolatry, the murder, the rape, the prostitution, the porn hub owned by a rabbi, the porn hub owned owned by the RCMP guy that's supposed to fight organized crime. He just teams up with the organized crime. And I can go on about my Cain and Abel story as well. Yeah, there are many parts of the story. And what is it that I'm trying so much to do? I'm reminding everyone that you're not fighting a battle with me. You're fighting a battle with yourself. And you're also fighting God. God is giving you grace and forgiveness. And who is to turn away from Jesus? And well, you can take a look at what I've said. I've not been hiding the beast. I've not been hiding the truth. I am revealing many things. I'm not here to hurt and harm anyone, though. So let them tell you the truth, and they won't. You know, the biggest liars are the most fearful and quiet. I've said many times that I would sit down, I would meet with any of them. I'm not scared of any of them at all. There is no fear in me. Fear is punishment. And the ones that are against God and that have been fooled and foolish and darkened and living with sorcery and witchcraft, yeah, the prince of air, okay? This is his deception and his fools, and they are to darken you to the point of death. That is the ship that will sink, okay? You're not floating into the new life with the waters of God. Yeah, in the darkness you will die, okay? That's the wage of sin, and that is what is earned in sorcery, in witchcraft, in sinful behaviors. And to escape it is a gift from God, which is to eternal life. And that is the belief in Jesus. It is not a really difficult battle for you to join within. Come and give me a hug. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate that you joined the winning team, the good grazing. The grass is really greener on the side of the fence. Anyway, the point is, there is nothing that God does not know, and this is beginning to end. He knows the end before you even started in the beginning. Yeah, he does. Truly does. I will give some good scripture here. There's more to it. And, I bring the Cain and Abel into this story again. There is not just for instance, when it comes to Cain, there's many Cains in my story. Yeah, I was up against friends and family, and many people chose to do very many dark things. And I cannot quite understand what it is that they feel is to happen, that they are tricking and fooling God. Because there is no victory outside of winning with Jesus. There really is nothing that can come from doing bad things to someone. If you are to hurt or harm someone, listen, I have sinful histories and painful pasts as well. I said yesterday I was one of the biggest fools as well. Yeah, the enemy was only able to trick and fool me because I let it happen. Yeah, and here is the thing. I'm here to save those very people who tried to kill me. I'm really trying to save your lives. Yeah, I'm not using the truth to hurt, and many truths could come out, and all they would do would hurt. They would give more attackers reasons to attack. I'm not going to reveal any of these truths. I don't need to. God knows all. Yeah, and you think you win a battle against God hiding things? Yeah. Many a fire right there. Yeah, those dark, bad fruits, they are going to the flame. Yes. Anyway, God knows. Yes, of course he knows. He knew all of it spoken into existence from the Word. Yeah, and the Word was God. Yeah, the Word became, born into flesh, Jesus. Okay? And now, to be saved, you must believe in the God that you very much exist in. Nothing new under the sun. New. Today's word, new. I love you. The omnipresence of God. He is the Alpha, the Omega. He knows all. He not only knows all. Yeah. So this is he knows. So he knows as he is all. And then so the same with new. Anyway, I put this together and I gave a very fun comparison to my hat. And it's knowing that God is also love. So, as I said a few times, uh, knowing, a lot of knowing going on here. And I also know that God has plans. And everyone should know that God's plans are already. He knows all. Yeah. He knows. He's omnipresent. So for the beginning and the end, he has made a choice on my entire life is of his story. Yeah, to the glory of God. And I've said this a few times. What I want to remind everyone today, yeah, the gift of all time is his presence. And that is love. And God is love. So when I was saying that I'm wearing one hat, even though it says something different today, it doesn't say anything different. God is love. Yeah, and I win in the love of God. Is also that I win. I do win. I was shown to win, and it's very fun for me because I was speaking of things that weren't quite certain at the time, but I knew I was correct. Yeah, God does not lie. So reasons for things yesterday and today, and it's interesting that the story all twists together. I said this a million times. A million and one. I said it yesterday, today, and I have said this tomorrow. And it's interesting because I have been shown things that have not yet happened. But it's interesting also because the linear time that we are in, and God is beyond time. So where God is, He's seeing everything before and has seen it all. As it's in these are stories of His story to His glory. It's beautiful. Anyway, so again, loving the enemy, yeah, and trying to help them to see that they have the ability to win in Jesus as well. And quite literally, in Jesus. The Word was with God prior to Him being born into flesh. I wrote it here. I've made this quite obvious and apparent. I'm trying to, I want to say this in a kind way. I'm trying to talk with my dog. Interestingly, I was actually just cutting his hair. Yeah, he needs a cut. And the enemy has made it really tough for me to afford these $1,000 haircuts. So I just got some good clippers. And interesting, I had shears for my lamb before. Yeah, my good dog. Yeah, he makes for good jokes amongst the dark crowd because he's got dark hair and he looks like a bear. And I will bear much chew fruit. Yeah, chew love. I'll just love my dog. He's a good dog. No one can get to him. No one can break his love. He is so much love. He actually is the only dog I've ever seen. He doesn't want to just shake a paw. No, he actually wants to sit there and hold hands. He wants to touch. He will, if he likes you, which he most definitely will. The only thing that sets him apart from people is if they're using drugs. He's not, he can tell. Yeah. He won't the only one that he coincidentally, the only one he let in the house was Rob, and he's the guy that poisoned me. Of course, that's his fake name. None of the criminals are using real names, and it's interesting too because I got a new name too. Yeah, but it's Yason, and which is also my name in Hebrew, which is Yason. And again, to the glory of God, it's that I am being and have been reborn to Jesus, which makes me part of the body of Jesus Christ, which is I'm the Son of God in the Son of God. It's a beautiful story. Anyway, it's all there for you to read. All the best ideas sometimes come from the worst experiences. And the biggest fools have the biggest lessons. Some of them learn them and some of them don't. I've learned some, and I'm trying to help them learn them as well. And here's the thing, a lot of this experience is laid out, and the with Noah, I really like this too. Noah and no, and then today's new and no and new. Yeah, it's oh yeah, it's all interconnected. It's really cool. And also, if you look to the story of what's to come, and it's interesting because it is there, and it's true. Yeah, like again, God does not lie. So if he's to tell you something that's coming, oh, you better be sure it is. Yeah, anyway, I love you. Life jackets, Jesus, okay? That is your life jacket. That is the one that can save you. Belief, yeah, it's not earned, it's given. It's a gift from God. Anyway, love you.